This video was created and brought to you by ManageMax. We manage condominiums, HOAs, manufactured housing and apartment communities throughout Southeast Michigan. We're a growing company, and maybe we'll get to your area soon if we're not there yet. We create these videos to share industry insights with current and prospective clients. There will be an opportunity to connect with us at the end, so stick around to the end of the video. Now let's dive in. Most manufactured housing community owners think offering resident financing is easy money, until they realize they're personally liable for every default while someone else collects the profits. There's a financing structure that looks like a win-win, but can destroy your business, and most operators don't see it coming. When you're selling manufactured homes in your manufactured housing community, you have three main financing approaches. Cash sales, of course, the cleanest, but limit your buyer pool significantly. Third-party financing through banks or specialized lenders, but many residents can't qualify for traditional loans. And owner financing, where you act as the bank. This is where recourse versus non-recourse becomes critical. Here's what most operators get wrong. They think recourse financing programs are easy money because a third-party company handles the paperwork and collections. But here's the reality. With recourse financing, when residents default, you're liable for the remaining principal balance plus any costs to make the lender whole in the event of a default. You're not paying the full original sales price, you're paying what's still owed on the note plus penalties, legal fees, and collection costs. But here's the kicker. You also get the home back, often in worse condition than when you sold it. The math seems attractive up front. A financing company approaches you as a manufactured housing owner and says, we'll handle all the paperwork, collections, and legal work. You just sell the homes and we'll finance them. But here's what they don't emphasize. When residents stop paying, you're buying back homes at the remaining loan balance, which may be $35,000 on a home that's now worth $25,000. After 2 years of deferred maintenance. Operators often get trapped in cycles where they're constantly buying back deteriorated homes in their communities, spending thousands on rehabilitation, and either selling at a loss or converting to rentals just to avoid booking the immediate loss. The worst part, many recourse programs don't require adequate reserves. Operators use the initial cash flow for expansion or operations, assuming low default rates on these loans. When economic downturns hit, and manufactured housing communities are particularly vulnerable, default rates can spike from 10% to 30% almost overnight. Suddenly you're facing personal liability for hundreds of thousands in buybacks while your cash flow has already been spent elsewhere. It's not just a business loss. It becomes a personal financial loss. Non-recourse financing costs more upfront, typically 2% to 4% higher interest rates than recourse financing, but the lender absorbs the default risk. When residents don't pay, it's the lender's problem, not yours as the manufactured housing owner-operator. Government-sponsored programs like the VA, FHA, or USDA loans can help qualified residents get traditional financing, removing you from the equation entirely. In-house financing with proper structure. If you're going to carry the risk anyway, why not keep the profits? Set up your own financing program with adequate legal protection and realistic reserves. Yes, it requires more work and capital up front, but you control the terms and keep all the interest income. The key is building substantial reserves, typically 20% to 30% of outstanding balances, and never spending projected cash flow before securing those reserves. But here's what sometimes is the best financing strategy. Selective cash-only sales or rent-to-own programs that don't create long-term liability while still generating steady income. Before signing any resident financing agreement, ask yourself, if I'm taking all the risk, why am I not getting the reward? Calculate worst-case scenarios at double your projected default rates. If the numbers don't work at 20% to 30% defaults, don't do the deal. Most importantly, if you're considering any resident financing program, work with professionals who understand manufactured housing specifically. The legal structures, reserve requirements, and risk management strategies are completely different from traditional real estate. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.